Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your January through June 2024 tarot predictions. 2024 is going to be very interesting astrologically. We're going to be talking a lot about the stuff that's coming up on the Patreon channel. We're going to be talking astrologically about the stuff coming up on the Patreon channel. But the big thing for you guys is Pluto ingressing Aquarius for the second time on January 20th, which is the same day that begins your season in 2024. So the way that we do this reading, I have one deck that has all the major arcana and the 4 aces, and we get an overlying theme from January through June, and then we go back and clarify with a second deck. So we'll talk about some astrology things while we are looking at the cards as well. And like I said, Pluto ingressing Aquarius. And so Pluto will ingress Aquarius and then we'll regress back to Capricorn one more time. Sorry, this sweatshirt's like so big, and when I sit on it, it kind of chokes me. There we go. Woo! It's Henry's sweatshirt, so it's like huge, humongous on me. And you can get this sweatshirt on the website too. Love Equals Freedom, which is really what Aquarius is all about. He's a Venus in Aquarius, so he's like big on the love and freedom stuff. So pretty awesome. It's really comfortable, and I suggest getting it large, like getting it bigger if you want to get it. I just wear it with black leggings. It's so cute. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So yeah, so we're going to get in the energies January through June, and Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto will regress back to Capricorn this year and then back into Aquarius for good in 2025 until 2043. And what this means for humanity, just in general, is, a lot of changes with technology, a lot of changes with humanity and the collective, because there needs to be changes. Something needs to give. Like there's so much that has to be undone first to be resurrected and redone. And that's what Pluto does for us. So for January, you guys have the Hierophant, Aquarius, February, Temperance. Love that. March, we have the Wheel of Fortune. April, we have the High Priestess. And May, we have Karma, which is actually Judgment. So we have Judgment, Karma. And then June, we have the Ace of Cups for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. January through June 2024. All right, so something is shifting for you guys in the first 6 months of the year. And I feel like I really want to say the biggest thing that you're going to want to do with this shift is pay attention to how you're treating yourself through it. Because like beating yourself up and all of those things, when we can get really, really hard on ourselves when change happens in life. And if we were to just allow ourselves to be like a little bit less restrictive with ourselves, you guys are ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So you're always fighting to be responsible and fighting for freedom at the same time, where's this, where's structure, there's also going to be a lot of change and shifts with that structure. So I feel like you're leveling up at the beginning of the year, and that requires patience because a lot of times leveling up is not comfortable. It is not comfortable, but this Hierophant really makes me feel like you're leveling up, and a Taurus might also be involved here. So let's take a look. January, we have the Hierophant. Some of you could be dealing with marriage. You could be married. You could be getting married. So let's see the overall theme as the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're searching for some kind of stability, and I feel like you really want to you want to get to the stable part already, is like what I'm hearing. You're like, I just want to be stable. I want to be comfortable. Like I don't want to I don't want to, have this fear, right? A lot of times when we're like rushing into things or we're trying to force stuff to happen, there's like a fear behind it because we think that we can control it some way and take the fears away. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a theme of safety here with the Hierophant representing Taurus and that safety, and the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is like having that like home and family and environment and like just the safety and the stability of all of that and just feeling that. And I feel like you're just like, I'm just ready. Like, I just want that. And part of that might be in finances. And, some of you are, looking elsewhere for a job. Some of you might be looking elsewhere, after marriage or, something. It feels like you're definitely looking elsewhere. It could even be like your home stuff, but we have Three of Wands on the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, so the Ten of Pentacles often in our lives, we realize at one point that our total abundance that we want in our lives and the way that we want to see our future and our happiness and our stability looks completely different than what it once looked like in the past, maybe, right? So the Three of Wands is like, I feel like you're looking beyond what you used to want to have as the Ten of Pentacles in your life. I feel like you're looking beyond that. And I feel like you're wanting more. You want, and it's, you don't, and so whatever that Ten of Pentacles look like, it's not that you want the opposite of it. You just want a leveled up, right? A leveled up experience of it. You want a better experience of whatever it was. It's almost like you were playing small before, and now you're not anymore. And now it's time for you to expand. So we have the Three of Cups on the Knight of Swords. And I feel like part of this is about companionship or being with like-minded individuals as well. There could, for some of you, there could be like an argument within like a friend group. Like you could be finding that you're just easily irritated with everybody these days. But I feel like you want to be surrounded by people that are more like-minded, right? Like there's this like-mindedness that you want to have around you. And then we have the Eight of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Cups is the walking away from an emotional attachment to something monetary that you once had. Could even be money. It could even be that like you could be totally changing your whole idea and thought process and outlook on what money even looks like to you. For some of you, and also this feels kind of like a surrender in a way as well. But with the Eight of Cups here on the Ace of Pentacles, it does feel like you're sort of detaching yourself from an emotional connection to, and it could have even been like an emotional connection to the marriage. This could be like a separation as well. I'm hearing that for some of you. For others of you, it's just like really like detaching from the material world. Like you're not, you don't want to be emotionally attached to like survival mode is what that feels like to me. Temperance in February. There's a level of patience and balance that you are seeking in February. Chiron will be conjunct the North Node for the majority of February at about a degree exact also. And I think it's at like 16 or 17 degrees. I don't really remember so much, but I do feel like February, there's some kind of restriction that you're feeling. And I feel like whatever it was that you were holding on to, or whatever it was that was restricting you and keeping you stagnant, I feel like it just kind of, like it explodes. I really wanted to say that it crumbles, but it sort of feels like an explosion. And that may mean it's like an emotional explosion. It may not necessarily, because so I have, let me show you the Four of Pentacles. I have the Tower, which everybody's getting the Tower in the first 6 months, you guys. They've got it at least once. Every sign, I think, has gotten it at least once. And then we have the King of Swords, and that's your energy, the King of Swords. And the King of Swords can be very strict about things a lot, right? With themselves, especially. And especially when things feel like they're sort of falling apart, you start scrambling to keep them together a little bit. You start freaking out, especially if you are someone who's had trauma, like with abandonment issues or something like that. Sometimes it's very hard for you to let go of stuff because, you have this attachment kind of trauma. So that Tower, I feel like that Tower is helping you to detach from some things that you've been holding on to, because those things that you've been holding on to have been keeping an old foundation alive. And it's time for that foundation to go. Could be a Sagittarius energy also helping you to balance yourself out through this. So the Seven of Pentacles on the Four of Pentacles. So with that Seven of Pentacles, you're not going to be able to see what comes into fruition if you're holding on too tightly, right? There's always new creation. The Seven of Pentacles reminds us that there's always new ways of creating, and especially if we are patient with the process and we're patient with the planting of the seeds of the idea, and just like being really patient with the process and really patient with the flow, and allowing those things to come into fruition naturally with the flow. I think the Tower makes you question things more often than anything else, and that's where this balance is needed more. Knight of Wands on the Tower, there's that like back and forth back. This is almost the overthinking that comes along. There could also be a fire sign that you're unsure about, or somebody, this might be that you're just unsure about a certain someone in your life as well. Could be a Sagittarius energy, right, that you're unsure about, but they kind of rocked your world. They kind of rocked your foundation, if that's the way we're going with this, Aquarius. But then we have Temperance on the King of Swords. So there's this need in a big way, Aquarius, in February for you to pay attention to where you are overextending your energies and to allow yourself to have a little bit more balance. Temperance is about using the heart and the mind to make decisions equally, right? We're not just overextending our emotions, and we're not overthinking with our thoughts. We're using both equally in a balanced way. So then we get to March, where we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's called the Wheel of the Year, so I love that. The Wheel of the Year in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune brings us a positive shift. It's very Jupiterian. And so, okay. So I feel like you might hear about some kind of job in March, or you may hear from a Capricorn in March. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, my voice just cracked. We have the Devil, and we have the Page of Wands. So the Nine of Pentacles is about being independent and abundant on your own. The Devil can often represent the lessons that we have in life. It's ruled by Saturn, very Capricorn energy. And then we have the Page of Wands, who's the messenger. So I feel like I want you to listen for the shift. That's what this is. I feel like I want you to listen for the shift. And I feel like you hear that shift is happening for work. It feels like it's something that's happening for work, or it's something that you've needed. Wow, there's that Temperance again. The Nine of Pentacles can often be a really lonely place to be in. And I think that it's the best place for us to learn how to balance our energies out, that Nine of Pentacles, because when we're feeling solid and abundant, we can find a little bit more balance that way. Oh, I see what this is. Just want to make sure that the light's still on. Yesterday, the microphone just turned off on me in the middle of a reading. It was so great. Temperance on the Nine of Pentacles. Be patient with yourself, right? You may feel a little bit lonely in life right now, but there's a lot of blessings when it comes to being on your own. And I do feel like this isn't going to be forever. And I feel like also there's this, you have another focus, but I just feel like you feel a little bit particularly lonely in March during this shift. We have the Two of Pentacles with the Devil. So I do think that you need to make some kind of decision when it comes to work, or make some kind of decision when it comes to a Capricorn, or make some kind of decision when it comes to your own lessons that you're learning. Like, what the lessons are, and one of them might be the boundaries that you're keeping. I feel like this has a lot to do with, like, if you're hearing something, how do I want to say this? I feel like someone's reaching out to you. I feel like you're hearing from someone, and I feel like you need to have boundaries with them. Even if it's a really lonely time, it feels like this person, I feel like this person is a karmic person for you. And I think the shift is you making a different decision this time. Sometimes that karmic lesson is in us learning how to have enough willpower to make a different decision and to not keep doing the same cycle over and over and over again. And I feel like that shifts your energy. And so April is going to be a really, really psychic month. This is going to be eclipse season. And eclipse season will be it's really ending a lot of cycles when it comes to feeling bad about ourselves. And it's really eclipse season is ending a lot of cycles when it comes to, not wanting to, it's like, where are we in relationships with other people? There was 2023 was a whole year of, looking at relationships and relationship lessons, to be quite honest. There was so much Venus activity and just a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of Taurus activity too. And Libra, right? The South Node is in Libra, and the South Node is still going to be in Libra. And the North Node is going to be in Aries, and that's where the solar eclipse is going to be with Chiron in April. So there is something that your intuition is telling you in April, and you are second guessing yourself. And it might be about a Virgo, and it might be about the past with a Virgo, but also the Five of Swords. Let me show you this. The Five of Swords, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. So you have this intuitive nudge about a Virgo, and I feel like you're really close to this person, and I don't want you to second guess whatever that message is that's coming to you, because I feel like I don't want to say that I don't feel like they're lying to you, but I feel like they're not being 100% open with you, and And so I think that that's why you're second guessing yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to think that they're being, you know, like sometimes people are just, I don't know, trust yourself when it comes to this person. The other thing that I wanted to say is the other way that you're going to trust yourself is by going into hermit mode. I do feel like there's a little time for isolation for you in April. And I think that you kind of need to be honest with yourself about that. We have the Lovers on the Five of Swords. For some of you, you feel like you're never going to be in that one really special relationship where you and that person just get along and it's like happily ever after kind of thing, the Lovers on the Five of Swords. And I feel like you keep second guessing this feeling that you know you have. And that's what I tell everybody. I'm like, if you know to be, you know, if you know deep down what it is that you want to have in your lifetime and you have that inside of you, then I don't want you to, you know, don't take that away from yourself. You know, don't second guess what you know to be true. For others of you, this is about not second guessing yourself so that you can feel whole. The Lovers for me is about your masculine and your feminine coming together and being whole within. And I feel like that's part of your journey. I feel like part of your journey is in becoming like the hermit and allowing yourself to see things with a really small light. Like, you know, that's where wisdom is gained, right? When you don't really know a whole lot and you have to get centered in order to find that information and get those answers from source. Like the hermit takes that journey up the mountain by himself with that small little lantern to get that information from source. He brings it back down. He delivers it to all the people, right? And the star, that's your energy. That's more balance in life. And going for what it is that, you know, also there's this, you just have this knowing, Aquarius. There's just this knowing inside of you. And second guessing yourself is can be really hurtful to to your own self-esteem, I guess, you know. And being honest about the past. I have the Page of Swords here. Being honest on the Six of Cups. Page of Swords on the Six of Cups. And the Page of Swords is, you know, you might also kind of revert back to, you know, kind of the past things. And, you know, I just feel like there's something about the past that you need to be honest with yourself about. And I feel like this is part of your journey, is just learning how to trust your own intuitive messages. Then we have Judgment, which is karma in this deck, but Judgment for May. So it's time. It's time to act on something. And oh, look at that. Judgment came out again. You have the universe's back. The universe has your back. Do you have the universe's back? No, but really, it's time to act on something. And it's time because you're done. You're overwhelmed. Everything is heavy. It's too much. We have Judgment again. We have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Swords. I think the heavy thing that you're carrying is that you feel like you're betraying someone. Look at these cute mugs. Henry's got all the signs up. So on the website, I think he does, on the Love and Science website and Wildlife Paradise. So go check it out down there. In the description box, you'll see all that information. But yeah, I love the Virgo one. We only got the Virgo one, but we're definitely going to get more. So I feel like the heaviness that you're carrying is that you think that you're betraying someone. It could also be that you're feeling betrayed by someone also. So let's see what Judgment here is for May. It's heavy. There's so much heaviness. It's an earth sign too. So either the Capricorn, or you're either carrying something heavy with the Capricorn, or you are you're carrying something with the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn for sure. Sun on Judgment. May brings some kind of clarity to you. May is going to be a really interesting month because we have a lot of Jupiterian, and Neptunian energy. For some people, it's going to be really chaotic, and other people are going to find that they kind of have these aha moments. And I think with the sun on Judgment, you're having some aha moments and you're finding some clarity. And it's the end of the road with the Queen of Pentacles. With that earth sign, I feel like it's the end of the road. I feel like you're not carrying this heavy weight anymore when it comes to them. And I think that that's what opened the energy up. I have the Five of Cups on the Seven of Swords. I don't know if it's a betrayal from them, or if it's a betrayal from you, if you feel like you betrayed them in some way. But with the Five of Cups on the Seven of Swords, it feels like you have to grieve something that someone did to you that was really painful and it really hurt your feelings. And I don't know, and I feel like it was the earth sign that did that. And so I think that you're trying to find some clarity. And I think the clarity is just in the letting go and the allowing for that heavy weight and the allowing for the grief, to wash away all of the pain that you feel from that circumstance, that situation. And then we get to the Ace of Cups. With the Ace of Cups, we are wanting to really fill up our own cup in June, right? So you want to fill up your own cup, and you want to fill it up to where it's overflowing, right? You want to make sure that you are taking from the fountain first. You're drinking from that fountain first, and then you're giving to everybody else. And I think a lot of it is because you're drained, Aquarius. I feel like you're just really, really drained. There is a fire sign showing up in June with the Four of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And I feel like this fire sign is bringing some relief and stability to you. Very interesting. And it feels like they're also bringing in some kind of love, because the Four of Wands feels more like a relationship to me than the Two of Cups. And that's because, like, the Four of Wands is where you're building. Oh, I see. That King of Wands is you. The star, whoa. The star came out on the King of Wands. Let's take all those cards back, Aquarius. Wow. And I think you're changing the way, so you're feeling pretty fiery in June, which I like. I love that you're feeling pretty fiery in June. But I think that you're starting over. I think that some of you might even be moving, or like starting a new journey. Like you might be getting a new house, or you're just starting a whole new journey, but you're feeling pretty fiery. We have the star on the King of Wands. So that's totally your energy, you guys. It could be that you're meeting a fire sign too, and they're exactly what you wanted. And I feel like this is a brand new beginning for you. We have the Fool on the Four of Wands. And that feels like, in a lot of ways, that it's time for you to have some faith that things are going to be stable from here on out. And also to trust yourself to take that leap of faith too, in order to do it. There's something that is bringing some stability into your life. And I feel like you're also transmuting love, or I feel like you're transmuting a love message in some way. Or you could be getting a love message from a Scorpio energy. Death on the Knight of Cups. The Death card is about the transmuting of energy. It's about making something positive from a negative. It's about the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's about death and rebirth. It's that cycle of life. We go through it every day. Our cells are always dying and being reborn. So, new beginnings as you're coming into the second part of the year and really having faith, because I think something comes in for you that's bringing some stability. And I think that this is showing you that you have transmuted pain into promise. And I love that. I think that's amazing. Just by loving yourself. I love you guys so much. So much. Please take care of yourself. Have a wonderful January through June, and I will see you very soon. Bye.